Hi guys, welcome. It's a Tuesday. And it's 7 p.m. So you already know the vibes. Welcome to Bayways. I get to guys, I missed you so much. And I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys missed me too. Because I missed you. No, Happiness, you can take over.
Good evening, Sanbonani Tumelang Aheni Matekwana. I'm also happy to be back. Welcome to Bayways. This is a youth program for African youth to build a better Africa for themselves. We welcome you back and we hope that you are going to have fun. So today we are going to be talking about life after MATRIC. Well, before we get hands-on, I'm not alone. I have my beautiful and amazing co-host here. Takhatso has already came in to take the spotlight. But hi, Takhatso, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. And hi, George. My network is glitching, so please bear with me, my audience, my people. Please bear with me. If you lose me, Takhatso or George is gonna hop in. How are you, George?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good, thanks. So last week we were talking about our resolutions. Before we can move to life after MATRIC, last week we were talking about our resolutions, and it was a very interesting conversation. I think I set myself up because I said one of my resolutions is to go to gym, because my golf shirt couldn't fit last week. So yeah, I come back. I want to tell you, for no, I didn't go to the gym because I feel like I'm not strong enough. So I've been doing home workouts day and there, but I'm going to go to the gym before February. So I want to know from you guys, what are your New Year resolutions?
Well, for me, I haven't went to church. I don't know, or how long has it been? Like, I just want to make sure I go to church this year. Like, it has been a while since I've been to church, and yeah, just like you, I wanna hope to gym. Like, it's really been a while, just to get those summer bodies ready. Yeah.
For me, I'm one of the weirdest people in Shabeni. So, as of yet, finally, I will call it hangover from last year. I still have hangover from last year, so I still haven't figured out. But this year, I'm trying to sleep less. At least maybe for my 8 hours max of sleep, because I can sleep the whole day and the whole night with no problems. But then I made a promise to myself for this year, I'm not going to be a sleeper. So yeah, that's what I've been trying to do, staying up, and I'm not having fun.
I was sleepless. I sabawell you because now I struggle with my sleep until I have to wake up. Like I can stay all night, but the rate of my 5-6 then I just lose myself. But anywho, I hope Lena, I'm gonna sleep more. And last year, a lot of things happened. We went through COVID, we went through vaccines, we went through a hunger strike, but we still made it to 2022. There's just a lot to be grateful for. So I want to know from you guys, what are you grateful for? Yeah, 2021.
Okay, with happiness is reaching there, but then what she was basically saying, Gore, what are we grateful for this year? So basically,
Yes.
there's a saying, yes, PD, like we lost a lot of close people, and I think having to be being able to wake up every day and go about your life, it's also something to be grateful for. Yeah, for me, I
actually share the same sentiments as you, hey? I've always said as a joke, as a way to just get through life. But then this year, January, my grandmother just decided she's not doing life anymore, and then she left. So ever since then, I've been really looking at it as in like, yeah, we really bophelo. So all that I'm grateful for right now, it's life. But I'm also grateful for the peace that I have. I'm more at peace now. I can say it's a guy, but I hope it stays that way for the longest time ever. Like, I'm grateful for peace. I'm grateful for guys, like, you know, when everything else will fall into place. I thank God for my car, I thank God for my work. After bophelo, so honestly,
Yeah.
Ka nnete re leboga bophelo. Ke bona Lotisimo go ba there in the comment section a re thobela lena ba disamapodi. Guys, next year January I'll be saying I'm grateful or I kept my word when it comes to my resolutions. I'm gonna show you my samapodi next year, please. So yeah, right now we want to talk about the emotions from it till you get to the city where you're studying whatever higher learning institution that you are in. So I don't know from your experiences, I know you've done this before, but can you talk about how you felt you got your matric results? You can describe the whole scenario, like what really happened, how did you react? Were you happy with your result?
Well, with me, like, I don't want to lie. You know, there's this so-called bachelor, I'll matric. I got that, but then having to know what I wanted to go study and what I applied for, you know, even though it was a bachelor, it didn't meet the requirements of what I told myself I'm going to study and what I've applied for. So it was really mixed emotions. You are happy and you just anxious, or it's like you don't sound like, yeah. So it was just a whole lot of mixed emotions having to go through Gamaran. But then I just told myself, you know what, then let's just take it from there. What does the life there has for me? So yeah, it was, you know, happiness and your name and you know, having to be anxious about a lot of stuff. Yeah.
All right.
For me, it was guys. Like, it was okay. You know, I get the matric results the day before NG hosts this thing where did you meet out stage, ne? So I was just there watching them on stage, and then I would comment, "Oh, Mara, you could have done better when at 87." You know, kind of stuff. Forgetting what I'm awaiting my results, and if I actually did that better, I would be on the stage. But then everything for me was fun. It was all jokes and stuff until the next morning. Waiting for my results. Yeah, you would like like at 6 seconds. So yeah, I waited and waited and waited.
Because I remember, I remember with me, we did not sleep. We just said, guys, you know what? We're just gonna stand from like until away, so like a duty, and we just had a bright. Have you ever like try to celebrate, but then at the same time you just anxious or hey, can celebrate no matter what is it that's going to happen? Like, we just do the whole night until the result that it's all saying, and I was like, yo.
All righty. So I just want to remind the audience that I'm there in the comment section. So you might see me looking down. I'm there. I'm watching your comments. So please, please, please engage. Hashtag Tumamina to the 6 viewers watching this. Please share. It's gonna increase our viewership. We might. It's gonna help us reach our target. But and learn and save lives, because the city campus, but you're gonna hear all about it in the next few minutes. Just a few comments from the comment section. Lutuku, there's just so much to be grateful for. And there's also Lotisi coming in saying, personally, beyond the essence of life, I'm grateful for the family and friends that surround me. The growth my businesses have shown, how I've managed to back my second qualification, wisdom I've gained over time, and peace. Yo, that's just a lot to be grateful for. So I want all my viewers, please get in the comment section. Tell us about what you're grateful for and your resolutions for the year. And you can also tell us about how you felt when you got your matric statement. Was it really what you wanted or not? Were you excited? Were you anxious? How were you feeling? So Kikwele Thagatso, you were talking about Angie Mutera. Kfetohela something in the newspaper, ba bolela about the Poppy Act. Bara ga ba sa nyako printer dikuranta. What are your views about that?
Honestly, I wish I can go to NG Mahage at this moment because, guys, the stress that comes with I think it's what drives most kids to hanging themselves, to killing themselves immediately after results come out. Because we're always standing there, like it went from not printing the names to printing the numbers, but still, there's still just too much. We already know the numbers. If I was seated behind happiness, killing number 4, obvious happiness or number 3. So we already know, okay, but looking for your number, and then people know your results before you do. Then they already like it's just too much. I feel like if I those kids something to hold on to. Like I feel stressed. So that's how everyone is gonna see how I failed. Everyone's gonna see how I wasn't actually doing good. And I honestly wish it was implemented during our times. It would have saved us a lot of heartache and a lot of stress. It's a nice thing. I don't know why people are fighting it, honestly, but then it's a nice thing.
Yeah, actually, it is a nice thing because I can tell you, besides it having to give about to the stress and so forth, because you know, like you said, like so you know, besides that, it's also putting our country into transition. I mean, like, why do we need newspapers if we are in the digital world? I mean, come on, we have to move with times. And I think that's something that's, you know, good for having to, you know, help our country to really get to imagine the fourth industrial revolution, because we live in the digital world. I mean, so if they have to cancel the newspapers, I mean, so they must just do it, because honestly, there's really no purpose in having to rotala kwa di garage and you know, causing all those stresses. So I think it's a good thing on my personal point of view about it.
Maravele,
So
what
we
is
understand. I'm trying to understand you, George. Before we get to the media newspapers, I want George, I don't know if you are against newspapers or you are against them printing the names or the exam numbers. What are you against?
Okay, I feel like they should just give everyone the right to privacy. I mean, if there's no longer newspapers at all, like at all, we're not printing anything like names, numbers. We do not print anything, right? Everyone has a cell phone. I'd like to assume that everyone has a cell phone, but then even if you don't, there's always that someone near to you who has to have a cell phone. You cannot be saying you're going to varsity and yet you don't have even that little smaller and toilet phone. So I feel like it is of the best interest of each and every learner to just have their results, you know, that again, just have them to be protected from the entire public. Because honestly, it's just not on, or you just get to know, like somebody just get to know our opacity, because you know where we come from. Some of us that think it's a top secret, like we just don't want to know. Some people that they just don't want to whatever opacity, and so yeah, I feel like they just should stop.
Ke kwele Thakgatso o bolela about what's the need for that whole publishing thingy. What do you think was the need? Are we bone mogola or now what's in gona le lebaka le leng?
Okay. Well, I can
Ana
say,
Ange.
you know, there's a Thakgatso, do you wanna jump on that? Because let me just give me my point of view. Ne? There's a lot of aspects to consider before you get to cancel something. There's a lot of jobs which are on the way. When you cut that way, yeah, publisher, you know, but it means their jobs are over. So they had to take caution before they can, you know, get to transition to it. So that's just my whole point of view on it.
Yeah, I also feel like the transition was not nice. It's like we just decided now, enrolled with it. Yes, Thakgatso?
And I've always questioned Javaya where names were being printed, there were the numbers were being printed. I mean, I can always go to, if I like every time you create the results, you go to school and collect the report card. So why didn't we just go to school and get our statements? And then I understand how there are investors investing in the country, looking at the quality of our education and whatnot, but they could have just printed the St. Happiness High School, the number of kids who passed was this, the number of bachelors that were out was this, instead of them printing out names. Like we're giving out crucial, like life-changing information about people by consent forms. So it just really didn't sit with me well. We don't check the results when I was 16 years, but for 17 years, but for them to apply for something, a parent must still come sign for that. So in a way, it has always actually stress. Like you'd find people who are not even close to you, barely interested in wanting to know the symbol that you got. Just so when they meet you in the street, they can remind you who were not age. They even have names in the symbols. Like it's traumatizing. It's a traumatizing and life-changing moment for kids. I never understood why age, George, bachelor, like it just never made sense. So for me, it's fine, guys. It's fine. Let's do away with the newspaper and roll with the times, as George has said.
Oh, I see my co-hosts here, they are against this whole publishing thing, but I know there's somebody out there who believes in it. So please tell us, why do you think there's a need for them to publish the matric results? Well, for so long, I thought it was for statistics, for them to capture statistics and just to compare the schools, if the school is doing well or not. I personally am not against it because I feel like with exam numbers, it's better than names and it's motivating. You work hard because exam number. If you check our mothers, they still kept the it was like that achievement thing. Or yeah, la ka le nyaretseng ko kuranteng la ka ba re motivate ba re ngwana ka bereka gore lina la go le tlo tswelle ko kuranteng. There's also a comment here. It must continue. It's motivating learners to study and pass so their names can appear on the newspaper. I'm sorry, I just spoke about that before I read the comment. And there's also Latana who is here, but I also feel as if it's also some sort of a conspicuous process to cloud the decimal failure of class of 2021. So the Glotanang Are, they're doing this to protect the class of 2021. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's about the pass rate, or do you think it's just something that it came to their light, or no, we need to protect our kids' mental health now?
Well, with me, like I said, our country is really trying to move to the fourth industrial revolution. You know, I don't think it has nothing to do with the pass rate and what so forth. Because at the end of the day, the like minister auto announce or whatever, district day so. Like the stats is always going to be out there anyway. So regardless or states or what, I don't think it has an impact. I just feel like they're just trying to move us to the fourth industrial revolution, like I said. But then, like you said, Happiness, the transition wasn't really that smooth. Like it was just okay, we're moving now. Of which
But
they had to
George,
prepare people for that.
If it's them moving towards the fourth industrial revolution, then I think we should have like a platform online where we can still check it. I get it, they're doing away with newspapers, so they should bring the online newspaper if like adapting to the fourth industrial revolution. So I don't think that is the reason.
Okay, yes, let me say this, man. Okay, Takazo, you can go.
I get guys, you can. There is the digital newspapers, just that is limited to the person receiving their results. You can SMS a certain number and get your results. So the newspaper enough for me never serve the purpose, because what motivates me might be killing the next person. So if we're gonna say the printing of names and numbers was gonna motivate other kids. Even tell next time I wanna see myself on the papers. How many, like we always hear of suicides after matric results. So it's definitely not motivating the kids. If anything, it drives them to death. So now, honestly, I think it's fine, because why do you want to know next door opposite? I get it, if you guys are good on that note, like you're really that good, you will know who opposite. As for the stats, they can just print them, it's fine. They can print them for St. Happiness Secondary School, St. George, St. What, that amount, but the kids got 17 bachelors, and out of 117, 18 got diplomas. Like they can do the stats in that way. There was totally no need for the results to be published out there for everyone to see. Because even investors of the country and whatnot, if they're looking into the quality of our education, they don't need our results one by one for Happiness, George, Tahado, Kenneth. No, they just want the school for how is Much Money doing? How is Lawaletla doing? How is Muregu doing? Such stuff. So more in terms of motivation, honestly, I don't see how it motivate Davana enough. All I see it drives them into depression. Like if you have a matriculant in your house right now, you are not even allowed to mention matric because they're gonna explode. You can't. Now, when we're waiting for our results, we would get mad if somebody asked us for the results. So maybe with the digital thing, they're moving in the right direction. They've been moving into the digital thing, because they introduced that SMS your student number to this so that you can get your results ready. It might be a branch to the people who were not in matric like years ago, but for us it's not a branch. We're not really doing the SMS before we even went to school to get the statement. So we've been in the digital area. It's best if they just grab the whole newspaper. By the way, we need to save trees, guys. Deforestation is real, climate change is real, so we need to save trees.
Yeah, like I truly stand with because what I want to say, Kore, like motivation cannot be the reason. Like the reason of a matriculant should, like it must be them having to go to varsity, and like that has nothing to do with newspaper. Like matric motivate varsity pampiri, like it has nothing to do with like whatever that you're going to see on the paper. It would have been something you would have seen on your phone. So newspaper, like why? We honestly don't need that.
Yeah.
100%. Let's get your views there in the comment section. #Tumamina. I'm watching your comments. I see Mashodi. She is saying the results will be published. I don't think it was necessary to publish names, but at least now it is only exam numbers. So I think they evoked the whole thing, yeah, Poppy Act. So yeah, Kenneth is also gonna be there in the comment section. I'll about how you can access your matric results online or via SMS. So now let's move to after you got your results. What did you do? Did you just chill and wait for the university to contact you, or did you go to the varsity, or did you online? What did you do after getting your statement?
What happened with me was I got an SMS notifying me about my results. And I think 30 minutes later, the universities that I applied to were already replying to me. Automatically, they got my results. So there's no, you can't chill. After getting that, your result is this, you'll get rejections. You have to be ready for rejections. Number one. I think that's one thing that they don't tell us after they've told us for your matric results are coming out. You have to deal with rejections from the universities that you applied to. And it's heartbreaking when your results are really, like they don't understand. But no, your results are very good, but out there you did nothing. So be ready for that. Your results may be cute, your results may be really pretty and nice. So be ready for rejection. After that, like you immediately get your results, the universities will contact you. You don't have to call anyone, but not themselves, they will let you know whether we want you or not. And I think that is stage number 2 of stress. More if you are panado, you faint.
So yeah, like that's true. Because I remember with me, I think, you know, the backgrounds of the kind of schools that we go to and also the kind of information that we have while we are matriculants, like it's also important. Because I remember after getting my results, me and my friends, we had an agreement that guys are TEF. Like we all went there. Like no matter you accepted or not, we just went to that university. Like we just caused traffic to that poor campus, and we were just there. And I can tell you this, sorry, you are not going to get anything out of it if you have not been sent a communication to say, come to the institution, you've been accepted, and you also get to see your marks, or they really do allow you to go to that particular university and get to register. Because if you get to do that, I can tell you, same thing that I experienced. I just went there without any acceptance letter or any communication. You're going to go there and you're going to grab any course that is available, not the one that you wanted to do. And you're just going to, you know, like that for that particular year, you're just going to roam around the university, and it's really not advisable. I've been there, and I really don't wish it for anyone. So just make sure you get to have your story straight before you pack those bags and say, so please guys, make sure of that.
Yeah, I think I didn't get a warning after getting my statement. I still thought I'm still gonna get the chance to make a little braai with my friends, say my goodbyes. Hey man, I like to grab my statement, but yeah, that's it. I think after getting your statement, and I don't know about now, but in our days, 6 years back, after getting you go to, because some institutions still have late applications. You go there and you submit it.
Yeah.
That's if they didn't respond to you. Yes, some institutions are gonna respond, but I remember with me, not all the institutions that I applied for responded. So I had to go there, submit my statement, would make a copy, take in this and that, and then they'll tell me what it's. And then guys, George was saying something about causing traffic to Teflop. I don't know, but and I see traffic from home. What Pretoria? It's like, no more you've passed, no more you've failed. Please just go to Pretoria. Everybody is just here. I think is here. What really happened? So I tell you, go back, so can I go from you guys? Did you guys from here? I'm going to UL because they accepted me. Or I'm just going because I hope they'll accept me.
Well, with me, I just went there with the hopes that they're going to accept me. And, having to go there, there's facilitators who get to check your results and stuff. And they get to check, or have you applied for those things that you say that you want. When you get there, the reality gets to kick in to say, hey, brah, you are here, but then you might not be here the next coming day because, your results are just not, matching what they require here. So with me, I just went there with the hopes that I'm going to be accepted. And I can tell you this, you might be rejected on something that you want, and they go, like you spoke about the issue of late applications. They're going to offer you various things that are open, and you might probably be qualifying for them. So guys, don't rush into taking that decision of having to jump into taking any other course because you want to be in varsity. Get to calm down, take a cautious decision to say, what, okay, this option didn't work. Let me try. Try to communicate with your friends also, right? If whatever I didn't say, call UP. If to UP I didn't say, call TUT. Call your friends all around the places that you think or you might get help before you can just get to jump, because you're gonna regret and you're gonna find yourself in a situation that is not pleasant, and it will be too late to say or you're turning back. So just be cautious of it.
But before Taha to hop in, George, I want to disagree with you there, because I feel like when you're trying to get space, I feel like you need to secure space and explore other options, because of the reject or whatever that they're offering you, and now you don't have anywhere to go back to. So rather accept it and then explore. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I hear you, and but then I hear you. It's okay.
So my network is
it's something that you can also do.
Now, I do agree with happiness, actually. What I did, luckily for now, things were smooth on my side. When I was packing my bags going to Pretoria, I knew exactly where I was going. My accommodation was paid for. Everything was just smooth for me. So I make it about anything except the robot because But I got into a course that I didn't know anything about. That I just knew the basics. I just knew and that was it. And then I applied for stuff that I really wanted, but then I didn't get communication in time. So I went to TUT, and then 2 weeks into TUT, after registering, after orientation, after I've settled in, UP communicated, and they're like, no, we've actually accepted you. You can come register, blah, 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 blah. But for me, already it was too late to regain UP. But then I stuck with TUT. Like, more grand space on, I can advise you to just go there. Yeah, if you don't want to sit at home, do go there. If you sharp. I went to TUT because TUT offered me a bursary, whereas NS Facile rejected the documents because of some things that I didn't understand. So even if I wanted to go to UP, those are just some of the things that you have to consider. Finances, or do what are you going to eat? Such stuff. There's a lot of things they're involved. You cannot just hop around Ofunele UP and then be like, no, I'm moving to UP. Back home for your parents are not working. Only your brothers is working. So you do not have the luxury to be hopping from town to town. You must be sure, okay, I'm going to Pretoria, and then Pretoria, go do like how much is it? Am I gonna afford it? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? I think like funding was one of the things that limited me from doing whatever that I guess how you people because I was having the time of my life. But like I feel giving it, we preach this every day. Like even now, after matric results, we're gonna go back to preaching for apply in time. We'll be preaching to the wrong people because you actually need to get your things together in grade 11. If we talk more to the grade 11 students before they go to grade 12, we'll avoid these things of town hopping, such things. Like a lot of things would be it will be avoided because now George Ujileka bachelor, Naki Jileka age, happiness Ujileka diploma. Now we pack our bags to go to TEF. I know for I don't even stand a chance go TEF. I don't even stand a chance. But then we sat down with my friends and convinced each other for go TEF. So such things like fix your things. When we go to the socials, apply. We are not bored. It's not because we do it out of a trend for apply. No, you really need to be applied by by May. You should be applied. You should have applied only the student number and whatnot.
I'm still experiencing network glitches, but I hope I'm back. Are you still watching Bay Waves? We are currently talking about life after matric. So I would like to encourage the 9 people watching us on Facebook right now, or please match the numbers. Please share the airing. Reach our target. We're trying to help out the matriculants that are gonna go to varsity, or people who are there at varsity, but they're still clueless because we've been glued to online learning. So please help a friend, help a sister, help a brother by sharing this live airing right now. Judge Nabulala about taking a statement to university and babana your marks are not matching the requirements. Lerena, can we just match the numbers? The viewership should match the sharing numbers. So please do the things. So when we finally get to the institution and they tell you you are accepted, and I'm most probably gonna send you a registration date. Guys, one thing that I did not know, it can hold take.
Well, usually
things on time, or if I would say Joe Mary at the 2 days. Because what you need scarf team. Hey guys, how was the registration process for you?
For me, for myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you lost us somewhere, but we got the question. No, honestly, my registration process was smooth. Guys, now I do not want to lie. I was one of the luckiest people in Shabeni. To be honest, God really pulled through for me when I went to varsity because my registrations were online. But guys, my ID number, I had to go up and down because of my ID number. There's nothing that troubles me more fasting, just like my ID number. I don't know if there's someone in the government watching this. Can you guys make a plan? Get ID number my 2000 because the 000 is definitely not working out for me. So that is the only troublesome thing. The 000, like when I would have to come with my ID with a copy of a certified copy of my ID and myself, and they still wouldn't believe my ID. And another funny story is that right now I cannot register with the health board because they're saying my ID is incorrect. So if there's anyone who can help me watching this, guys, please make a plan, get 000 alien at the beginning of my ID. So that is the only troublesome thing about my registration. But otherwise, everything was paid for. I didn't pay anything, go TUT. Everything was paid for. And then I didn't have to queue. We were registered for. It was just nice for me. I had the nicest intro to varsity.
Yeah, I have to say, Tafato, you are really fortunate. Like, unlike us, like, I had to literally sit in a queue. Moelore, I had to interchange with someone. Adule fase ke kinya ke dijo ke boe, and now avoid the line has shifted ka batho ba itere, like you literally sit for like for me ke dutse sebaka on the registration queue. But one thing that I can say, Kore, you'll be happy whenever they get to tell or once you get to register, or a student card, or like that's where everything start, getting into place, falling into place. And if there's one thing that I really want to highlight, make sure guys, because usually when you get to register, you do not get to find a place, a rest before you get to register. So please make sure that you find a place to stay, because registration sometimes at some institutions that do not have online registration, it's just vaga, and it can happen, or you might need to come back tomorrow to queue for the registration. So please make sure, if you are Pitori, phone your happiness or happiness, look, I'm coming to Pretoria. If you are to register, please help me to find somewhere I can hide my head, because those kind of things, they do happen. And guys, we are here for you. And I don't believe or Ogaya Pitori was got I don't believe Ogaya Tefu was got. Make sure that you give yourself that kind of security, because it gets crazy about the registration, and sometimes it gets to take longer than you expected. Things might go wrong, and you might have to take a long period. So please make sure you secure yourself when you go to registrations.
All right. Please secure yourself. Call a family member, call a friend, just make a plan, or just look for accommodations to rent, even if you have to sleep there for a night or two, but make a plan. Because then we don't deserve that. So the comments from the comment section, one from Lituku are, guys, if you see yourself looking at a list of available courses that you don't even know, or it's your first time hearing about them and you decide to register, you'll have a problem. Do thorough research. For example, some Tomo, you know nothing about aqua science, but you want to apply our and you don't know. Do your research first. Research is very important. Then Latanang Armin, I had a walk-in straight in Bloemfontein because Pretoria didn't work for me in 2016. This was the next day after getting my results. It's about that pressure. No, I'm just done. Let me just escape to Cape Town. That is also dangerous, guys. Don't just try to move away from the area because you're over it, but look at what you want. 100%. So yes, please. I see 9 people are watching us. I'm still pleading with you, but let's match the numbers. Please share the live airing so that we can help somebody out. This year, they need to know all about this. We also have a hashtag Ask a Senior. If you are a matriculant or a grade 11 learner, or if you're going to varsity this year and you want to know something, just send hashtag Ask a Senior and ask whatever that you want to ask, and then we'll address it here on the live airing. So yeah, now that bullet about getting into campus, there's something that Tahato you said about having to choose TUT over UP because of finances. I think our generation should try to correct that. I don't think we want that for our kids. And in our parents, society, society, 1,000 per month. So I or mutagona o save 1,000 per month, or I reka December or something. They can do so much with whatever that they're gaining. The society, they're very common, especially where we are declared to be poor and all that. Our parents are still doing the society, but they're not saving anything for us. So at what age or at what point should one start saving for their kids? Or how can they do it?
Honestly, you can never save enough. I think you can never save enough money for your child to go to school. There's this thing, I think it was on Twitter, it's just a screenshot. SASA should have a student fund, and then they calculated for if they deduct 50 randa at the end of their 18 years, they'll be having 110 or something. But that's just a semester cost. It's just gonna cover that cost, yes, yeah, for a semester. But one thing I like as society, people can save money to buy 48 of alcohol and a straight on top of it by 50 randa. How much is a 48 when a George?
Well, it's a lot of money. I should tell you, it's a lot of money, and I can tell you, like, happiness question now was already, when is it eligible to start saving for your kids? Like, each and every cent that you have as a like, not even as a parent, as long as if there's that money that you can save, just save it. Okay. Because not personally, I feel like the proper time, like happiness said, like she said something very, very important to say. We need to change, our generation needs to change something. If you are to have a kid right now, make sure that before that kid comes to this world, you have planned at least Africa, 1, 2, 3, and from that get go, you know what, this kid is going to varsity someday. Start saving money from that point. So that's something that we, as the generation of today, has to implement into our system, because we wouldn't really, as much as we struggle with finances right now, I don't think if you've saved enough, you can have such a financial problems, because I think you can be covered for first year, even if it's not enough. But then if you're secured for first year, you can make plans while the child is studying. Also, they can make plans to apply like bursary, and if the NS bursary is a my shop, I mean, all those kind of things. So yeah, that's something that we just really, and even yourself, I mean, the thing budget, I'm talking even about myself. I just wish, even when I was still in high school, I could just really, have that, those couple of coins. They do help, because I've seen someone, I used to, the first year I had this roommate of mine, now say 5 rand, like he had the 2 liter, like a lot of them, and needed 5 rand. Then I was like, this guy is, or secured somehow, because sometimes those things, they get to save you from having to call home now and then to say 1, 2, 3, because we know we come from different backgrounds. So save as much as you can, and yeah.
100%. I don't know, so something or 100 and something thousand wouldn't even afford a semester, but it can set you. What's about NSFAS normally a reply late, and the institutions in or register in February, early February, they want you to register then. And no register because NSFAS I see to a responder. So that money could help them, or it could set them up.
Mara, yeah. The society, we really have to sit down and talk about it. Like, guys, if you can afford to 48 straight 50 rand on top of that, like something chance straight 250 to 300, chance straight so into a trust fund of some sort. like I understand it's not that Rena black people we are incapable of saving, is that it's just that you cannot save if you don't have money. But we've seen there are those who have money. So tšhelete o ya di straight le di 50 randa on top. Ishang for the 8 year ya jwala fela, and then tšhelete ya straight o tsebe gore is an investment for your child. And le rena if guys there's power in unity. Ge re ka bula society re le mo okay, for this year, we donate a trust fund happiness. The next year, we donate a trust fund George. The next year, you know, there are a lot of kids that can be sent to school.
I do agree, Takhato. If only the society, like the society, then the society will fund school fees should be possible. They should be very possible.
Hey, that's what I was saying. Because, like, the society just, I remember my little sister, whenever mama has a little change, my little sister would be like, and this guy living room, because they're just a lot. They're just a lot. Like every month, and when my mom receives any kind of money, it doesn't matter how much it is. My little sister will tell her, hey, and this guy is society. Because like these people spend a lot of money on this society. And as much as they are very important, like in cases of funerals and whatnot, because funerals can be expensive, like they can have something around those lines here. Instead of happiness. Guys, did you see the mavilus that they take to other homes? If society you will see the amount they spend on that. And honestly, since the NSFAS journal reply now child mayonnaise I don't want to lie. The society is a pandemic back home. Mara if re ke di swara ga botse re ka se re hlaka mohlako re hlakang ka gona ka ntho ka first year.
That's true, because I mean, mention happiness will mention something or NSFAS replies late. So guys, for the first 2 months, like you need to be self-secured. Because you cannot go there also their registration fee without having the knowledge or NSFAS is going to register for you. You cannot go there also without having to know what NSFAS will be funding you for that particular month. You cannot go there. Some things do go wrong sometimes, and you have to rent somewhere for that particular time period while those do NSFAS. So please make sure, like, I feel like this is a strong motion that needs to be encouraged to say, but why the other society school or rent 200, they are only eligible for 1 hour. Yeah, that's true. Like
guys,
and you see them spending it on
mayonnaise. December mayonnaise 6. Mayonnaise 6 really beats 12, guys. Mayonnaise 6 really beats 12. But
yeah, there's also a comment from Prudence. Varsity fees are extremely expensive. You can save as much as you want, but somehow it tends not to be enough. The accommodation, food, and a lot, but saving does help a lot. I'm saying saving is better than not saving. So imagine now if I don't even have a cent, I can university, I can in that area. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Yes. Registration, please Soras Kaftin. You actually need it because it gets hectic. And I think we should also start teaching the little ones saving habits. I was privileged that my mom taught me preschool level non-negative money box. So I used to save, and I think for so long. I think I pushed that till primary, until this one time I asked my mom till December. Money boxing and when I tell you, she messed me up because December, and I just thought that money boxing I just want to spend you. It's something that I was believing in, but the minute that no, you actually have freedom to spend it. It was messed up and I couldn't save anymore, but I was taking out. So I think we should teach our siblings, our kids, healthy saving habits. No, that money. If you don't have money to buy them sweets, don't tell them or they have the freedom to take it out.
I used to say that, Lena, I used to have that team from grade 10, grade 11. I used to have that. Unfortunately, guys, so that
I think we lost Tahato there, but then yeah, guys, just make sure that while you are in high school, while you are in, whatever stage of your life, you get to be in the habit of having to save money. And to those who are not privileged to, it's not everyone who has money. Like Happiness said, you cannot save unless you have money. You have to save money that you have. So even those who don't have money to, it's fine. It's also an okay thing. Make other options. Make sure guys on there apply. NSFAS is there to serve each and every student. And to those relatives who have the fortune, please do make sure to help Banababulena when they go to university. Like helping someone doesn't break anything. So just please to lay a helping hand where you can.
George, that one I need to just come in quickly.
Yeah.
People can help, hey, but it gets to a point where they get tired. So I don't think we should depend on our wealthy relatives. They are not responsible for our lives. So right now we should make, as this generation, we should make sure we are the rich people and we should stop because we're just creating conflict in the family. And at the end of the day, much affected is the kid. You understand?
Yeah, I do. I
Yes.
do hear you. I was just talking from a perspective where there's families which do not have anything, like anything at all. Cause I today, no, it was just I was going to the mall and this guy Algara Mall at Magwinya at busy and I went to him. I was like, Joe, now I asked him, why is it that you're studying while you Oregisha? And he was like, like we don't have anything at all. So I was just pointing to those who are not privileged at all to say, if you can help them, just help them. But then, yeah, you are right. We shouldn't actually get in the habit of having to depend to other people. It is the responsibility of our generation to break that cycle. So, yeah.
Yeah. The feeling of being entitled. Guys,
yes.
That's a disease. Do not feel entitled for somebody else. Work for your own. Yes, Sakata, you wanted to say something.
If I am the rich aunt, of which I am, I'm not I'm not in any way inclined to help you. It's gonna come from the goodness of my heart. So don't come to me, you have to pay for me. No, I don't have to pay for you. It has to come from my own heart. And usually people pay for stuff that they use it as a compliment. Like, if you worked hard, yes, I can pay for you here. And then guys, like, there's power in unity. Like, there's power in unity. So happiness, we are cousins and we're heading to one place like honestly, if your parents are fighting, let it be fight because and you like a stranger out there is not gonna just help you every day. Utlolapa. Mara if happiness still cousin na utla folapa injel cousin na ga change or cousin na ga lapile. So fix those relations. But honestly, little bang entitled. My money, honey, it's my money.
I also see an interesting comment from Lotisi Mukova. I reckon the best way to start saving is if one decides to buy stocks now before having a kid. In 10 to 20 years to come, the accumulation of those shares or stocks would have quadrupled.
100%
we all know it is to having 18 years of savings if you're a breadwinner.
Okay, we lost you for a minute there.
Okay, I'm just gonna read the comment again. I hope I do not glitch.
Okay.
Are you guys blinking? You guys should blink so that I see I'm still here. The comment is saying, I reckon the best way to start saving is if one decides to buy stocks now before having a kid. In 10 to 20 years to come, the accumulation of those shares or stocks would have quadrupled. I mean, we all know how difficult it is to have 18 years of savings if you're a breadwinner. And I do agree. I think we should also have another session or an airing where we're going to talk about these things, having a making healthy financial decisions, things about investing, saving. We need to know more about these stocks because when I tell you, or the minute we stocks for Forex, and there are also other platforms that we can use to buy stocks in a safer way, because that Forex one, I personally just feel like it's a gambling, what you call. So yes, and I want to expose my own mother on a national, no, this is not a national, a continental area. So my mother, Liana Udzeni, there was this metropolitan thing that they used to do for us back in the days. And back so my mom, Liana, I joined a society, says metropolitan to save for my fees. But when I got to first year, I want to fund this girl, this child. The minute mama I'm getting funding, I just tell the sofa. Unfortunately, the sponsor couldn't go with me till the very end. So I don't think if one bursary or anything, do not chow the money. Just leave it there and wait for them to graduate. And until then, I mean, we only graduate. I mean, we are trying to break generational curses right now, and because most of us because of black tax and. But imagine if I was gonna start my life after graduation with the car or with an apartment. That's what white people move. I don't know if you guys say something.
Okay, I love comment Loti. I love it so much. I love it so much because stocks go for literally 4 randa, 3 randa, usually they. Like, and then if you just buy it, got 10 randa, you let it sit there, your 10 rand in the next 15 years, it's like really 100,000. So do look into that, guys. I think, we're going to have to talk about this in another area because I'm a huge believer of, because if you know for when now you're not the type to go out there and hustle, when now you soft girly, like if you're that type of a girl, you definitely need to start buying stocks now. I wish I knew about stocks when I was in grade R because wow, what hectic, wow, what terrible out here, like we're all talking 20 rand. So I wish I knew about those things when I was still that little before they stole my money, because they stole my millions before they did that. So we definitely need to talk about that. And as a university student, you definitely need to have an investment portfolio. They don't only exist in America, guys. We do have them in South Africa and they're going to help you out. But yeah, can I be feeling my happiness either way?
I also haven't forgiven her about that thing. But anyway, guys, we're still talking about life After Matric. I'm your host, Happiness Ranto, and I have my amazing co-host, Tahato and George. So we are still encouraging you guys to engage. We want to hear about your experiences after Matric. If you haven't went to varsity yet, your views, any anxiety, any excitement, any questions. We were talking about a hashtag Ask a Senior. If you have any about life after Matric, this includes RES, campus, and the city. Please drop it down in the comment section. And to our 7 viewers watching, please trying to reach out. Am I here?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're back
I'm
now.
back. So, about life in campus. Woo, that one is a whole different life. Something that you are not prepared, like they don't train you for that type of a life. You get there and people are having different study mechanisms. Nna ke nyaka go bolela ntho nngwe e ke learning about myself is that the library was not for me. I cannot study in an area where there are a lot of people. There's just a lot of things going on because I'm one person who gets distracted easily. So I need to be in my own space. And fortunately, universities do have like your study rooms or chorus, but library is not for me. So yes, your friends have a library, but if you know yourself, library, don't try to adapt to new study mechanisms because they're gonna kill you. And I also want to know from the audience about their campus experiences. Please drop down your experience, a funny one, an embarrassing one, a happy one, a sad one. We want to know all about it.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Hori. When you get distracted easily, don't go to the library. You're not helping anyone. I loved, okay, it was hectic. Party from Monday to Sunday. It didn't matter during the week. And I'm one person who studies alone because I want to shout, I want to sing my notes, I want to split my notes every day and day. So going to the library is definitely a killer for me. Another thing, library, if we're not judging peer pressure, you're not gonna survive library. Or if you can go to George Avala, when over Likimkana, Bofeta Mola Pilunya Gospila Mara, George Saval. And because George Savala, you are now forced to sit down with George, George moved to Guo Saval. So guys, like if you like, you have to know whatever worked for you in Matric is definitely gonna carry you out through varsity. That's one thing about campus. And campus, guys, I wanna prove, I wanna musagare, I wanna bushio. So you need to attend your classes. If let's say I got one or like campus, we are always chilling. We always chilling. It's always vibes. You'll find people George, you'll find people and then like it's always, you have to know your schedule. I think that's one of the things that will take you through varsity, knowing your schedule.
That's true, because I like the fact that you spoke about peer pressure. Like, guys, do not fall in the trap of peer pressure. If you had one back in high school, do like break that thing. Like, just delete. Like, for me, I totally didn't go high school because I can tell you, life in campus, you are not forced by anyone to go study. You are not forced by anyone to go to class. Like Tarato said, you can be anywhere at any point of the day, go campusing, whereas you know they've given you a timetable to say at this particular time you should be in class, and when you don't go there. So guys, you're gonna choose your friends wisely when you go to varsity. And if you don't find anyone compatible to you, just don't have friends on campus then. It's not like I personally, I don't think I have a friend at campus, but then I do have friends in varsity, right? So guys, varsity was so do know your purpose when you go into varsity or waiting, and what's the purpose of you having to be there, because we have different motives, and other people, they are secure. They go to varsity, they flop, they go home, and they still good. When you go there, you flop, you go home, they still have nothing. So be cautious of those things.
100%.
And cool kids go to class, guys. Like cool kids, if you are really cool, the coolest kids of all the coolest kids go to class. Those ones who just not get class and they're not the cool kids. So if you find yourself in a group like that, you're not a cool kid. I want you to know if you go there, you're gonna chill at the fountain, go TUT, you are not a cool child. Cool kids go to class all the time and they do their assignments and they write all their tests and they qualify for all their exams. I'm not gonna smile with you, Shem.
I agree. I think the minute you need to remember the goal. Keep reminding yourself. If you feel like you are, am I still here?
Yeah,
You're moving astray. Please remember you have the goal, you never lose it. Any post, you're going to score. Am I down? Because I feel like I just cannot wait for a good light.
I think what she's trying to say, Guri, find something that's going to keep you in school. Find a purpose. Even if you went there for vibes, just find something that's going to keep you into class. Like, it can be now you want to wake up with bacons and tomatoes and the bean tea on a balcony. Let that keep you in class. Find something that's going to keep you to your books. Something.
Yeah, that's true. Because, if you do not have a drive in life, like this goes to, everything. If I will not drive, there's nothing that's going to, to keep you to be in discipline. Like you need to have a proper discipline when you are in. Like that's the biggest element of each and every person who's going to university. Evaluate discipline. Know why you are there. And the issue of friends is it's a huge one. Like the people that you get to associate yourself with, and this one thing that they've been preaching from high school. But hey, happiness, like it's still the same. It applies also in varsity. Make sure that you associate yourself with the right people 100%. That have the same motives as you do.
And I think university is more empty.
That one is very, very important to tackle.
Okay, come in, happiness, because we lost you, but then now I think you coming back nice and smooth.
She's still glitching. Mariana,
I'm back. Hi, yeah, I'm in network glitches. So, no.
Okay.
Oh, am I back now? All right, awesome.
Yeah, we have you.
Okay, I think you can just continue with the conversation while I'm still trying to fix this whole thing. It's really messing me up.
Oh, like LO, guys. Like when it's in high school, it's not more practical, but when you get to varsity, o kopana le bo mastermind le bo mqolisi, o kopana le bo Sakhile, kopana le bo Thandeka, different characters, different motives, different whatnot. So if when you do not know where you belong, like if you don't find a group where you belong into, it's best if you try to find people in your class that you're gonna belong to. It's life is gonna be more easier if you have like friends in your class or in friends in classes that you take. So you must find like but serious, but you're gonna hold each other accountable. Like today because we have a test tomorrow. Like people who are gonna push you and discipline you. Guys, it's the only thing that's gonna get you through varsity. If you don't have discipline, you're gonna fail everywhere. Like it's literally what's holding you together. Because honestly, guys. We lay like cakes and then mama if you wanna sleep at like cakes, you can sleep at like cakes, it's fine. If you wanna go it's fine. No one is gonna shout at you, no one is gonna say anything. So when you have to discipline yourself, that's the only way you're gonna survive.
I do agree. Friends, seniors can be very helpful, but they can be misleading at the same I'm going to talk about while emphasizing the importance of orientation. The seniors are going to tell you, orientation is so useless. You don't have to attend it. Trust. It's very important because that's how you're going to know your classes. Because I know with most institutions, Nyelechi was speaking about it last week, when you ask a senior about your class, they're going to give you a name of a class that doesn't even exist. They will give you false direction or to it all off campus. That's the whole initiation process. So if you don't want to go through those moments, those embarrassing moments, please attend orientation. And that's where you also make friends because what's so don't even, they're going to tell you it's not important, but guys, it's very important. That's why it's there. The university, I know, had like I create a program to waste. Oh my God.
And I think that now we are the seniors, guys. Can we be kind to the first years? Like, let's initiate them in a nice way. Like, if a first year comes to you, initiate them in the right. If they want to know where the library is, don't send them to the food court. Send them to the library. Like, don't do what they did to you in the name of culture. The culture was not cute, guys. Like, because when you decided to send them to the office of the dean when they just wanted to know where their class is. Be nice seniors, break the cycle of horribleness, guys. Like, do better. Go get the first year, because why are you doing this to another child? No, guys. And in like discipline is also gonna help you, like, in a very great way. Go fisher rest, guys. There's no place that's nice. Like, like, guys, rest. The only people who are there to continue, give us security, and you can also bribe those ones. So, like, rest, we get there, you get your own room, you set up your little. That's the only time you're gonna lie, because when you get there, literally no one. And that's another thing. If we're not no such fish, my darling, you have to start liking it from today to Friday. You have 3 days to start liking tin fish. You have 3 days to start liking eggs. You have 3 days to start liking beans, because those are your essential food. It doesn't matter how much money you have at that point. You must always have those food in your cupboards, because you never know what might go wrong. So back to rest, ne? You can come in, George.
And another thing that I want to point out, rest, as much as rest when you are first year, know that you're going to share, guys, or do and that's where the fun part of it comes in, because you're gonna meet different people.
It goes 2 ways, George. It goes 2 ways.
It goes 2 ways. Yeah, you are right.
They're not so fun.
You are right. Because I'll have to tell you this, you're gonna go to rest it's worse, because they fight over little things. Unlike Renamachita, we get to settle our issues very fast. So you're gonna go to rest, you look up of different beliefs, you speak the different languages. You need to make sure that you get to position in yourself to adapt, or to really get to be in transition to learn how other people live their lives. Because if you're not going to do that, you're just simply not going to survive. Because each and everything, I can tell you. Because I remember my first year, I was lucky enough to that guy was paying, but then sometimes there was a point where he doesn't know which words to use, and he would just speak his language, and I'd have to process. And that's the fun part. That's the fun part about it, because we used to laugh about it. Because now I don't something, and I would think, oh, he means this. But then that's how you get to learn, right? So just put yourself in a position where you are willing to transition and to learn, all these different things that you're going to experience with the person that you're going to live with.
100%.
Happiness, you can actually go both ways.
Yeah, it can be fun and it can be the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
You might find or you're enjoying school, but if your best life sucks, then it's gonna be nice for you. So, child. Oh yeah, I'd like to apologize once more about my network glitches. I'm working on it. So I was still saying that it can go both ways. It can be your worst experience and it can be your best experience. But I think above it all, communication is key. If you do
Yeah.
Yes.
not like something, communicate it properly. Don't go
And very
there with your
quick.
attitude very
Mm.
quickly. I think that if I was to go back there, the minute I get in my room, my restmate, you know how we do. Hi, I'm happiness friend Jane Fair. Oh, Huggy, Huggy, how did you do in your matric? Which course are you doing? From that conversation, start laying down your rules. Or okay, look, nah, I'm this type of a person. I like my area clean. So please, if when you're not like that, please respect my soul. Because you've laid it out. Let's not talk. Oh, as na boyfriend, then I boyfriend. She's
Mm.
jealous.
Mm.
No, if you're a Christian, no, look, I'm a Christian. If I'm talking, hey, no, don't are you fine with it? Are you comfortable? So that if none of you are comfortable with that situation, then you can arrange. Skolo se kgona ho ka mabaka a mofuta, especially when it comes to religion. They take religion seriously. And then, yeah, communicating it early is the best way to go.
And kataba ya sharing, you have to learn to compromise. You have to learn to share. You have to learn to like I can say adapt in a way. Like if, for example, happiness ability you can move with someone who uses impebo and when you pray. If they cannot arrange for you like try by all means to compromise, like go take a walk or something just to make your living conditions pleasant, like this, because that's going to be your home for the next 3 to 4 years, and chances are they might not change that person. So you must be willing to take people as they are, but then also meet halfway. Like don't just assume just because when you do things like this, or everyone does things that way. Now we had this housemate. Luckily now I only got to share the house and not the bedroom. But then we had this housemate. She was a nurse. Mugelo would wake up at 4. Sister Bettina. That time my class is at 1. But then the whole block it will be music blasting and blasting. And for a very long time, we let her get away with it. We didn't get to sit down and my babies are like, we are sleeping. So at least try to respect who we are sleeping. That was our first mistake. We didn't communicate. So the moment they step on your toes, speak out loud. Communicate, talk to your person. If and when now I can say because when you don't like it and you're not like do by all means your safe space go be livable. Hi bestie, I'm tired. Happiness from there on, from there mucho gore nna ka 7 ke robetše and mashata ona ampalela, but I can compromise here and there. Like Chomi,
Yeah.
I'm fine with you using my utensils, but don't touch my food. The type of things.
Yeah, so I just also want to talk about something. Guys, learn to stand your grounds. As much as the space is also yours. And guys, let's talk about bullying. It's going to happen, like bullying. It happens also in varsity, right? I'm just gonna talk about this thing. About the budget, or the budget or regular grocery, or then there's this person, they spend their money drastically. Then the next thing, you come to rest. Guys, make sure you communicate with people to say, you know what, this is my space, and if you feel like having to go to my space, do not go to my space without having to go through me, because those things, they happen. And a budget or spend wherever they want to, and coming back home coming back to rest. A fitla bule fridge go kra o tika petse dutse le hore o the fridge no ke tlo di futhumatse ka dija ke tswa tlaseng a o fitla, they are not there, and you cannot speak for yourself. So learn to stand your ground, speak for yourself. Don't allow someone to bully you. A o fitla varsity, if you feel like they might slap you or whatever, look, there's authority to take care of that. Make sure you speak for yourself, and uska dumela batho ba batlela go dima flower.
I actually have a story about people taking other people's food. I had this friend, Frederick. So he lived forgive me, Frederick, but you know, this is my favorite story. So Frederick did not a housemate. This housemate had a lot of eggs, like a lot of eggs. Come on, preaching. You see this thing, you come more refrigerator, so. So Frederick and this housemate never really spoke or anything. So I choose Diana every day was having bacon and eggs. You know, it was everything bacon and eggs.
Okay, I think we lost Tahato there, but then hopefully
until the housemate no, Bazi, like don't do that. You can have anything except for my eggs. But it took him a long time to realize, oh no, man. So sometimes so until we're not over. So do stand your ground. I had a housemate that was bullying me. Thanks to COVID, I had to move out quickly. Baby Kelly had superior issues. Like she wanted, I could tell what she wanted from me, but it got to a point that I had to gather with Kenneth in my house so that they can stand up for me in some ways. Because like she was bullying me as if you're not patella sits down like a patella 250. But until then, now I stood my ground. You know what, Nemugele, this space is mine as much as it's yours. We have equal rights in here. And I promise you, I became on the verge of tears. There was a whole lump here. Even if you have to cry while standing your ground, you stood your ground. That's the guys. Guys, please don't disappoint me. If you don't like things, this is what I do not like, and this is what I like. If you like in a way you're opening a space here for Lena, oh Lena, don't touch my laptop, don't touch this, don't do that. So you must be open, you must stand your ground, you must communicate. Very important, those three things.
100%. I heard George Abulela Katawaya Dijo. You know, when you get to university, maybe you start becoming friends with your housemates or roommate. You get to a point where guys, before you make that decision, think it thorough. Yes, it does save money, but what happens you know, once a day. How are you gonna feel about that? And the second thing is, what happens when a friend or a family member comes over? Do you still share the same food or what? Because it's a very budget, but what happens when somebody comes over? So before you hop into such decisions, they might look like, yeah, I'm gonna save a lot of money. Yeah, it's gonna make me and my roommate become closer. Yeah, she can cook, so I'm gonna taste nice food. Before you jump into that, make sure you understand all the sides.
100% true, guys. Like, it might sound like a good idea at the beginning. Like, the best thing, I would advise you to stay away from it because it has too many rules. Like, it has too many rules. One day you wake up, you want 6 boiled eggs. Happiness. You know, Hey, and just I can say avoid being besties with your roommate. Rather be civil with your roommate than being besties because one shot fall in jail is no longer gonna be nice. Like don't be too close, but be civil. Like the best roommate I had was Dokotela Moshafo. Like when I got there, it was basically share such a small house with a person. So she welcomed me very nicely, and then she taught me something actually. Like we exchanged numbers because she was like, do you have any complications like ufela ulwala out of the blue? And I was like, yeah, I struggle with this. And then she's like, oh, me too, so let's exchange numbers so that if I can call you and then you can help me. That was very much helpful. So do exchange contact. Number two, she was like, if ungrakia Bailey, you can have a plate. Mar Bailey Dijota now was not. None of us were allowed to go into the other person in grocery. But if I have cooked, she knows already. Even Lena, she's included. Like those are just some of the ground rules that we had. Grocery, please guys, if it's about person I can decide I'm fine things, and then happiness I cannot do. You know what? Today I want my comfort food the whole day. So those things in be like go to the decision now to share grocery. I went you understand and then anyway. Because honestly, like those are some of the nicest things, but also the most dangerous thing about being in res. Freedom. Guys, freedom is as scary as it is nice. Freedom is as scary as it is nice. Yes, George.
Because when it comes to freedom, res it's that one place that you will get the most, freedom. And there's a lot of ways that you can misuse it, and make sure not to. And especially when it comes to Tawayom Jolo, don't be that one person that the entire rest gets to know. But then, I mean, those vibes. Because, guys, as like we're not saying or don't date anyone when you get to varsity, but then, guys, discipline, your integrity, you understand? Because there's those girls, there's those guys that we know, and busy so don't get to be in that kind of habit, because it draws your like over that guy. You'll end up having a name that actually describes you for that particular reason. So you don't want to have yourself to be that kind of a person, because in all the consequences, you don't want to go to West first year and have a child. That's you don't want that for yourself, and it will be the most disappointing thing. And don't take it bad. Those who had children, like, don't let's get snacks, but then it's really not advisable for you to go to rest and get to lose yourself in having to, out of the blue, boom, you already have a child. Well, like our plan, and I don't think having a child while you're still in your first year at rest, it's part of your plans. Do your things.
100%.
Low key, man. Like, do things so everything it's allowed as long as you have discipline.
Yes, we're gonna try to be sensitive about it, because some things happen in different ways. But so we should always remember that. I remember I saw this other question on Facebook, but would you watch if they were to document your life as a movie, would you watch it with your parents? I think it should also apply. Look at rest. Would you watch your rest life with your parents? If not, then you're definitely doing something wrong.
Yeah,
George, what's your saying? Temba. If it's a Matemba, I live like a bankari classes so that I can wash George's laundry. I cook for him. Now it's a commitment or no. My George wants to eat pap. I can no longer socialize with my peers or do those extramural activities at school because ke na le ntate Themba ko race o ndeteteng. Taba ya ba instead ra ikgalemela. I remember during our times it was like, this is my freedom. But I tell you, bana ba kwa gae, that place can be the cold place, it can be the hottest, but you make it. You make it. Or the ball is in court. You know this saying here, the ball is in your court. It's literally
and kataba ya ba bo Mathemba re fihla varsity, guys. I just want to say gorgeous, like extremely gorgeous girls. Don't do that. Gorgeous girls don't do those things. Smart girls don't do those things. So ska fitla go wa digram Mathemba we le mehle Themba ibilo shatse, like you know, like ba kwatisha, because o krele gore o shatse ba gore le gone ke Friday Themba go tlisha di jeans tsa re le di hempe na go tlhatsa o shatse ba gore to like guys, no, like you can do anything and everything you want, mara don't get then be someone's wife. Don't do that. And then if all is part trust me, you need to discipline yourself now. Serious. I think guys, I had the most fun. I'm not bundle of joy for fun. They know me. I'm the life of the party. And then like go dangerous over rockstar Oliver City, because rockstar comes when we at last saying rockstar on exam, rockstar like I don't know about rockstar. So do get your priorities in line. Freedom, guys. I wanna literally know what ke don't phone like Kenneth are di biring. Kenneth ka rola hloga di biring tsa tsebo rona le exam. It's not my fault gore ke shitse Kenneth di biring. It's not my fault. Let now I'm phone ba phazo, let's go do crack. I'm gonna pack my bags, go to like cracky, because I want to no one is gonna do that. So when you have to sit yourself down with the board exam, so this week as in a rockstar, one of the things I liked about the people from my first dress was that barely engineering boys. So there would be the rock stars anyway, but there was gonna be this quiet week where you know what it's exam week, it's test week, no noise, nothing. Whatever people are really chowing cause. Like guys, when I focus this discipline, you're not gonna survive race. And if you do not survive race, you're not surviving varsity. Cause you never chowed anyone. It does have a little bit of the ups and downs here, but half of the things that tell us are the things that we do outside of the course. So I already course child, I even the ups and downs child, you missed a mark here. When you didn't go to classes, you need 80% attendance so we'll qualify for exam, and you need your whole mark, the predicate marks and everything. Varsity, just because you did a first year does not mean for Rongwala exam. You have to work hard for your exam. Those are some of the things you have to take into consideration. I don't know exam. No, you qualify for exam. You need to go to your classes. They are boring. I can go but you need that 80% attendance. And also class saying, and one thing trust me, you're gonna find guys who will be able to pay for your outfit that night. You're gonna find guys who will book a whole table for you just because you're pretty. They'll book a whole table for you about regular everything that you want. You're gonna find guys with cars who will take you legit anywhere. Or you know what? I'm at school. You need to focus. Discipline is what's gonna take you through varsity.
And you know what's I don't want to say yet, lack of a better word. I don't know, how do people find it normal or your friends? I think every time I speak, I lose the network. Okay, I'm still here. How is it normal or your friend can be able to offer you an outfit for a night, alcohol, or whatever that you do in the nightlife, but they will never buy you a book? You never hear about stories that my friend bought me a book, or they registered a class for me, or those things. So how is it normal? There's a spirit that comes with it. It's not normal. So it goes back to the circle of friends that you make in university, especially for Banaba Jonko district family. I want to represent, because when I left home, you know what? All the freedom, 12 years, 13 years of freedom that I did not have. This is my chance. I'm gonna chow it all. And had I not had the kind of friends I had in university, trust, I would have lost myself. I would have lost myself. So I'm very grateful that I managed to find disciplined, grounded. They kept me shame. I want to give credit to them. Or if it hadn't been for them, I'd probably be somebody. I don't want to say names, but yeah, I'd probably be all over the world. And there's also an interesting comment. There's an interesting comment here from Loti Are. Experience. First shock of my life was the beauty of the hunts in Bloemfontein. You get your Xhosa, Sotho, colored Afrikaners, English, yeah, chakalaka. The party life. Shish. We won't even start there. Beyond that, the most difficult thing about varsity is no longer being micromanaged. The disciplinary transition wasn't an easy one. Also, for me, it was a fast-paced life, having to juggle so many all the same time and still remember that you're here to bag the bag. You know, that I feel like that whole thing is it's very overwhelming, because you're trying to be independent. While you're trying to be independent, you're still learning to be an adult. You are also trying to get your degree. It's just a lot of things going on. That's why I still recommend drafting your plans, knowing, okay, how can I manage life when it comes to my social life, to my finance, when I speak, make a timetable to. And then from there, you can still not having to rely on it. Hectic, guys, overwhelming. So over to you, Madam Speaker.
And another thing, guys, I have to mention, Elore, it's very important. Guys, when you get to go to varsity, when after registering, you do have a choice to stay in rest or outside campus. It is advisable or lay in rest. Go straight to rest. It assures you safety. It assures you a lot of things. Do not get to be in the mentality or when you go what level you so that powerful child there room really 800 when you are no room 1.6 so that you can do all those fun things. You're gonna regret because you're gonna be like happiness said, like your cycle, the people that you associate yourself with. Guys, we have different motives when we go to varsity. Like you're going to do all those things and so forth. So to channel yourself to be in discipline, make sure, guys, you go to rest. I know you're going to get a struggle or a sometimes, but then of which is seldom, unlike like no, I don't know if any student or struggle like rest. So make sure when you get to varsity, make sure you take yourself rest o save batswadi stress sa o patela rent ya ka ntle, where as NSFAS can be doing that while you're staying at rest. So please make sure of that.
And then Lodi said something about the fast-paced life. Banabeshung. Hey, when I told you because you're gonna need that a lot. Like life in the city is so hectic, super hectic. I've been in three or four cities ever since Kikifisha varsity. And the one that I've loved so far is Bloemfontein. Bloemfontein is slow paced. Bloemfontein has a feel of home. Mara! Please.
I was pity. Guys, I have to say, like I've been staying in Pretoria for quite some time, and funny thing is, all this time I can tell you guys, life ka raga toropo is different. Like your life, you know, we get along, it's fun, it's entertaining. The transition is huge, the gap is huge. Like when you get to here, like in the discipline, guys, you're going to get here. I got like when you get here in the city, guys, you're gonna be staying in a rest, probably. Come on next door, McDonald's, and I wanna move certain run. So please make sure if that's the kind of life that you know that you won't be able, like until by Vita lifestyle, they do not get to jump in a lifestyle or you won't be able to sustain. Stick to your like financial management. It also important in this factor, lifestyle. Cause the tropo, like accessibility, like everything is there. We're not Tlapo, we're not Banyana, it's West, but what is shopping? Everything that you want is it will always be in front of your eyes. So please make sure you get to, hey, man, try to limit things as much as say okaduma of which they just stay in front of your eyes in the city. Try to discipline yourself if your financial state does not allow you. And Arwelenga safety. Like let's talk about safety, guys. Like
before we hop
safety,
into safety, George,
yeah.
I just want to also remind the viewers, our audience, that they're still watching or listening to Bay Waves at Bulk Moves Radio. We are talking about life after MATRIC. We talked about the moment you get your statement to the moment you get into the taxi and you go to varsity, the registration process and the life in campus. And right now we just wrapped up rest life, and we are now talking about the city. We want to know how was your experience, your encounters? How did you find the cities? Well, because I understand the Lady Boydorona, but I'm just gonna let George come in while I collect your comments in the comment section.
Okay,
Over to you,
guys.
George.
This thing Mopituri. I don't know about other cities, but I think even Joburg is there. This that one thing by which I'm welcome. And it's a situation where you find yourself being dropped off your stuff or being scammed. And that thing gets to happen if you do not take precaution, safety. It's different when you are in the city, guys. Tsotsi can dress smarter than you, like Ave smart. Ne apare blind or sanan or this person can really get to scam you or get to steal your stuff. Because I remember like there's a lot. And guys, make sure actually what I want to say, I have a lot of experiences just safety tailoring experience. I cannot say them all. But then the most recent one, guys, I was just walking from campus and this car just stopped in front of me, and this guy pulled out the gun, school bag, like everything that I had. And guys, put your safety first. Oscar or clever or I've witnessed a situation in Moilor, one of our students on campus and died because of that thing. And then he was shot. And it's really sad for the family. So please prioritize your safety, because I remember with myself, like I know original harm, but then for that particular moment, because then I watched 4 guys with guns, and I was like, no, I'm not going to die for phone. So please make sure you get to prioritize your safety. The TV, the movie, and so forth. They are there. It's a reality. Like it's a reality of and all those things. So make sure that you get to put your safety first.
My favorite one about safety is that, guys, if a person approaches you anya ko botsa gore yena ke mo profit and whatnot, it's a scam. If there's anyone God's gonna send to you, o tlo romela yena kerekeng, especially if you ka Pretoria le Joburg gona. If a person comes out, I'm a prophet and your life is this and that, guys, I know how much we like prophetic stuff. I know how much we like dingaka. I know how much we are so desperate for good stuff. But then if a person approaches you, off. If really that person is genuine, God will send someone again. I promise you, Shem. Those are the biggest scammers line having guys. Because they're gonna scam you. They're gonna put you here about yo, our lawyer, and you don't know most of the time they make sense. Mara, don't give them the chance to already make sense. Immediately, in run away. And always carry a pepper spray.
And there's also this
that,
one, they don't know English. Like they have money stacked somewhere and they need an interpreter. They target students because they know students are very fluent in English. So please be careful of that. I was sharing my almost can't expenses. I was fortunate or my mom told me about the life in the city before I actually go there. But you know, about 2 seconds. Like suddenly it just becomes too busy and then everything was relaxed. And I experienced that. It was Black Friday. I was working with my friend holding hands. Next thing, people are coming in between us. 2 seconds. And when I checked my pockets, my phone was gone. I was like, phone. And I for sure, I didn't even know because I was suspecting the one that passed very close to me. So these people are very smart, very, very smart. You can never outsmart them.
Yeah.
So yes, make sure that even when you walk around with a friend, don't walk late. Ask where you can hold your phone in public. Guys. And you wouldn't even know because you can go. So yes, George.
Yeah,
I see you want to come in there.
I just wanted to jump into this one, and as much like a level about students sometimes they get to be desperate for the finer things in life. And to those who are the life of a party or something, please discipline yourself. Guys, those things that you get to see, but if someone was spiked in the club, then the next thing they've disappeared. They do happen. Please, we don't want to be losing our sisters. We don't want to be losing any of our siblings because of those things. They're gonna be people who have money, right? And they're gonna offer you to buy stuff and blah blah blah. Guys, there's those people who traffic Vanyana using those techniques. So do not put yourself in a place, Moilo, when you're always desperate for money, you're always desperate to drink Hennessy, whereas you know you cannot afford it. Like, if a lady of a standard, man, like try to, pride yourself when you go to places. Do not be always dependent on Majita or because I'm beautiful, it's gonna work for me. It's gonna work for you, and the next thing we wouldn't even know where you went. So please, living safely when you go another club like it's really fun. I can tell you I've been there a lot of times, but then please make sure the people that you go there with please make sure of it.
100%. So I just want to remind our audience that it's 7 minutes to closing, so we are no longer taking comments for live responses, but you can drop them down below to help somebody. There might be a student looking at the comments. Help them. I just want to know about the hacks and tips for varsity and the city. What to do, what to avoid, what not to do. So I want to know which tips, what hacks give to the newbies that come to varsity this year.
Number one from my side, guys, you know the financial situation at home. Please don't get to varsity and start demanding a lot of money that you know you didn't leave at home. Like, don't do that. I'm begging. I'm literally begging you. Let's try to about this stress because you're out there in the world. She doesn't know. She's never even been to the city. And then when I come demand 500 as soon as possible, please don't do that to your parents. Don't do that to your siblings. Don't do that. Another thing, when you get to Joburg, please pretend you don't even know what money is. Please pretend that you've never seen a phone in your life. Please, that's the safe hack that I can give you. Because Joburg, if they come to you, Shem George has said to prioritize your safety over that iPhone, my baby. You'll buy another one. Always carry a pepper spray or a taser in your hand when you get to town.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tahajo, because hey, things happen, and like the one way bulletin, having to know your financial state, it's really crucial, guys. Do not go to the cities, to varsity with Mogofe. Please leave it at home. Maybe at all. And if there's one thing that I want to advise a student, our new students for this year, when you get to varsity, when you get to the city, guys, having to hold your phone in public, don't do that. Just don't do that. May you get to use your phone in a space that you get to see or it's safe, right? Like we know, and all those things. Do not navigate a place with a phone. It's a mere 10 left, everyone out here. They're going to target you. They're going to target you, and they're going to see, oh, this one is a newbie, and whatever that we're looking for. So please, guys, make sure anywhere, and please do not go to a place without having to know someone there who knows the place. I hope I make sense. Oscar Nore, do not go to the most place this one place that I hate the most. Do not just go to Sunnyside without having to know for a Sunnyside and you don't even know what you just saying you prioritize your safety at all times. Like, it's really crucial, and it will help your integrity team of a city with the way accomplish it, and have to further your life with whatever that you came for here. So please, guys, just make sure you take caution of your safety while you're in town.
And you go in groups. Always go with a group or with a friend. I believe, guys. Just let's get my lily one. As Oscar dira clever. Motabudi Oscar dira clever. Trust me. So when you get like getting like look after yourself. It's literally on you to look after yourself. Do anything to look after yourself. And it was
100%. My last week.
Okay.
For one, there to and them. Secondly, why doesn't my network? It freezes when I have to talk. There's an enemy of progress. What's happening?
You're still here. Speak.
Okay, can you just say your...
Guys, please do the closing for me. Yes, I'm back. Well, there's an enemy of progress here. I'm trying to save a life, and the devil is like, no, you're not going to do it. So I'm still going to do it anyways. I'm going to drop it down in the comment section if I'm not clear enough. But if you guys lose me by any chance, please, please, please stick to your goals and make
sound decisions. Do not betray yourself. Stick to your goals. Discipline yourself.
Welcome
Oh,
back.
yes, you said it. Usade kadoke.
Yes.
But Takt was saying the same thing. I even thought it was my echo. But anyways, from Bold Moose family and Bay Waves, we love you so much. We are here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Please make sure to follow our page on Facebook. We are Bold Moose Radio, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Bold Moose Radio. We are coming again next week with a very hot topic, a very hot one. You don't want to miss it. Make sure that you invite your friends to invite your friends to invite their friends as well. Because next week it's going to be a blast.
Yes.
All right, yes. And that's a goodbye. You guys can say goodbye properly.
Bye. Don't forget to
Bye,
send me
everyone.
money.
Bye.
Boldly breaking barriers and limitations.